Okay, so this little tutorial is just going to go through some of the features that we've just looked at today for the insert. So I'm just going to go into the insert, and some of the things that we've looked at is things like headers and footers. So headers and footers are here. If you click on the drop down arrow, you can see that there's some pre-formatted ones, and you can see here that there is the opportunity to use a different one for even and odd pages. Now if you're opening up your document like a booklet, you know, and if you open any sort of book, you'll notice that the page numbers and things like that might actually be on the opposite side of the pages when you've got the book open, so rather than always being in the bottom, say, right hand corner. So you can do that for odd and even pages. You can create your own, or you can use one of the templates. There's a couple of really sort of basic ones here where you can just type some information across, or as I said, you can use the pretty templates, and I can scroll on down, there's quite a few of them there, as well as getting some more from office.com if you want to go down that road. So we'll just pick one just so you can see what it looks. Maybe go with something a bit simpler so we can show you how you modify it. You can put in the document title up here. So I'll just put in here test document perhaps, and date. I can use the date picker because it's a little templatey thing, and today is the 3rd of March, so I can put the date in there, and what will happen is that this as a header will appear on the top of every page. One of the things that you have when you are in the header, and the header is just in the top section, so if I click down here, I'm in my document, so all my document stuff comes up. If I double click up here, then I'm in the header, and you can see the design tools come up from the header. Things like how far you want the header to be from the top or bottom of the page, things like being able to put a different first page. Now often if you've got a cover page, for example, you wouldn't want a header or footer on the cover page, that would just look silly. So you can have a different first page so that your cover page stays the same, and then the header might start from page 2 onwards. So all you do to set these is just to tick them, and you see here it says odd page footer. If I added another page, it would be even page footer. So you just have things like that. If you wanted to, spruce it up yourself a little bit, you can do things like adding lines or boxes underneath it. You can change fonts and things like that just to make it a little bit fancier. But really it's up to you to decide whether you want to use a template header and footer or not. You can see the header up there. If I was to just double click back out, if I was to go in the insert tab and chuck a footer on, use something a little bit fancier, I think, for this. Something, yeah, that's pretty cool with the line. You can see that down the bottom here. It's put the today's date automatically and a page number. So I'm now in the footer format, have all these things available to me. Double click up here, and I'm back in the document. So that's headers and footers. That was the first thing. The other thing we looked at today was cover pages. And again, under insert, cover page sits under here. Great for in front of a report for those people that are doing social media. So if I pick, say, for example, this funky one here, this is a really cool one. I can put a title for the document. So let's just go something like this. And if I want to put a different graphic, I can just click on the graphic and I can add or change the image if I wanted to. So I can either reset the picture, I can right mouse button and go change picture and choose another picture, which I'm not going to, but I'll just click, close that. Just click down there. So if you don't like that picture, you can change it, and again, just some basic information that it's picked up from the name. It's picked up just from my settings in Word, and if I wanted to, I can put a company name, or I could just delete that. So I'll just go here and put something like Chisholm Institute, like so. So that's very simple how to create a funky cover page. So it's another easy thing with the insert tab. What else did we look at? We looked at text boxes. Let me think. I've actually got it written down on a document, so I have to keep checking it. Under text boxes, you can add just a plain text box, and you can do that also under shapes. If you look under shapes, text box here is the first option. Under the text box over here, though, you have some that are actually quite pretty that you can use. So they're pre-formatted text boxes and coloured and things like that. So if you actually want to add a sidebar or something a bit interesting, then you can just choose from any of them. We'll just go with that one. You can choose the thing, put your own text. I can't even type because I got it. As I said today, I've got the bottom end keyboard. And also what I mentioned was about text boxes is that they are treated like graphics. So you have all the things like text wrapping, and if you have a look up here, the formatting option comes up, and of course you have the little rotatey thing, so you can rotate it around. So it's treated like a graphic. You can wrap text around it, and because it's treated like a graphic, you can pretty much plonk it anywhere. So you can have some pretty formatted text that you can just put anywhere on your page. So I think that's a really useful thing to have for the insert thing. So I'm just going to click down over here. So I'm getting my really quite a messy page here. I'll just put some doodahs down. We looked at quick parts. Again, under the insert, I don't really use quick parts very much. It's really useful if you wanted to say, for example, if you were working in an organization where you had document names and things like that and paths and stuff that you included in headers and footers. I've got a little signature block that I created, highlighted it, and added it back. So by putting it on my document and then going save selection to quick part gallery, I've got it sitting here. So I've got this little signature block so that I can use it. Really cute. It's nice and quick, but I don't really use it for much else. So I'm not really going to cover too much on it. It's there if you need it. Moving on to word art. Word art's quite funky. Word art, again, similar to text box in that it uses and is treated like a graphic. And you can actually have some really good types of images and the wrapping around it, and you can do styles and underline things, and I don't know, just use really cool fonts and stuff. So I'm just going to pick, I know I'm rambling, I'm just going to pick, say, this one here, and pops a little text box up there. I can put here, I'll just put my name just for the sake of it. And again, because it's treated as a graphic, you get the wrap option. You also have the little twisty thing that you can move it around. Once you've clicked on it, you have the format tab. So because it's selected, I can grow it and shrink it. So grow and shrink the box. But the nice thing is I can go back here and I can change the font, get my preview if I want to see what it looks like. I can change the text fill. So I can change the color and put different fills in it, gradient fills if I really wanted to. Yep. So I can change the fills. It's like a graphic. I change the text outline, and one of the really cool things is I can change the text effect. So you got all these ones at the top here, but this one's where word art really comes into its own. So if I click on transform, and you can see that I can use any of these sort of different formatting. That's my dogs, if you can hear them in the background, they're having a little bit of a play. So you can, really do what you like with it as far as the warping of the text. Back to traditional work art's been in Word for a long time, and it was worked out differently where you could, when you put the word art in, it came up and asked you for the warping shape and stuff like that. But some of them you would never use in a document because it would be unreadable, but some of these more subtle ones are actually quite nice as a heading or something like that. So we'll just choose that one and we have an amazing heading. And the last thing is the date and time. So again, under the insert tab, date and time, very easy, it just picks up today's date. It's more a matter of which format you want. Do you want the day and then the date, or do you want it just with slashes or dashes? And if you put something in, for example, like that, and tick the update automatically, if I was to load this document tomorrow, for example, it would actually say Wednesday the 4th of March. So the update automatically is great for templates or documents that you reuse regularly. I'll just click OK, and there's the date. And that's it. That's the Insert tab. So